Assalamu alaikum. Make sure you watch the previous video in the series before you get to this one.
Can safely move on to the next one here. So this word, okay, you're going to help me with this, Max. So what's going on here? We have this line, so that represents a letter. And what dot does this one have?
Noon, just a single dot on top.
We're going to read the dots right to left. So I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that because I imagine many people thought that, right? I imagine many people thought it was noon. But we're going to read the dots right to left.
So ba for the one dot underneath?
Very good. It's the one dot underneath. So it's going to be the ba first. Okay? So it's going to be the ba here. All right? And the second letter, it has a dot on top. So what is that letter?
That would be ka.
Very good. It has the one dot on top. It's that bird's beak, right? It's the top of the kha. So it's ba, kha. And then?
Ta for the two dots and the boat.
And then you have the ta, exactly, right? And so that's something, right? That's something that you will get the more you do this, okay? All right. Now we have a new kind of letter. And this has two dots. So what does that tell you it's going to be? This has two dots. So what does that tell you, Rehan? When there's two dots on top, what letter do you think that is?
Ta.
You think that's ta. And you are correct. It is ta, but it's a special kind of ta. Okay? It's a special kind of ta. So we're going to call this the little ta. Okay? In Arabic, we call it the closed ta. Do you see how this is a closed? It's a closed circle, isn't it? And the other ta, would you say it's open or closed? The other one, this one right here, right next to it.
That's the open canoe.
Do you see that, Max?
Mm-hmm.
So what would you say? Would you call this one open or closed? The one that's on my screen.
Open.
This is the open ta, and this is the closed ta. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Some people call this one the big one because it's so big, and they call this one the little one. All right, so either way is fine. You can call it the open ta and the closed ta. All right? So the closed ta has two dots here. All right? And we can just call it ta for now. It's fine. You don't have to say closed ta every time, but we're going to call it ta. Okay? But just so you know, when I say closed ta, I mean this one. And when I say open ta, I mean the other one. All right? Okay, now this letter is a circle without the dots. Now a circle without the dots is the letter ha. Everyone repeat after me. The letter ha.
Ha.
And that's different from the letter ha. So ha is that letter that you're doing when you're puffing on your glasses. Ha, ha, right? It's that kind of raspy sound. That's the letter ha, which we saw earlier, which has a belly, an empty belly. Okay. This one, on the other hand, is the ha letter. Okay, it's more like the English H. Ha. Okay? So repeat after me. Ha.
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 Very good. And so that's one of the ways in which we see this letter. All right, let's keep going. Okay, now, Nia, your turn. Help me with this first letter. What's this first letter with the dot underneath?
Ba.
Ba. And this next letter with the two dots on top. What is that? The circle with the two dots on top.
It's the ta. I just always thought it sounded like the ha when it was on the end.
Yeah, we'll get to that later, but
Allah.
for now, you
The
know
ta.
that this is the ta. So this one is
Little
ba,
ta.
ba, ta. Repeat after me, everybody. Ba, ta.
Ba.
Ta. Ta.
Ta.
Okay. So this is also a ta, and we'll talk more about why it's a different kind of ta later. So we're not really worried about the differences right now. We're just worried about recognizing the two dots. Okay.
I'll stay in the train.
Stay on the train, exactly. Hands and feet inside the train. Okay. The next word. All right, Max, you're going to help me out here. What's this?
Yeah.
Very good. Two dots underneath. That's ya. And then what's this circle right here?
Ha.
Excellent. Ha. So ya, ha. Rehan, you good? You feeling this? Yeah? Okay, good. The next word. What's this, Rehan?
Ta.
Ta, very good. Now this squiggly, all right? And don't get mad at me, okay? This is another way to write the letter ha, okay? This is another way to write the letter ha, okay? It's another way to write the letter ha, and we'll get used to it because we're going to continue to see it. We're going to continue to see it, right? We're not going to... I see that the chat, people on the chat are like, oh man. But this is another way for the letter ha to be seen. But I don't want you to feel overwhelmed because we will see these over and over and it's going to be just fine, honestly, right? You're going to look back a week from now and you're going to say, you know what? It wasn't as bad as I thought it was. All right? Okay?
I would have guessed it was a ya.
You would have guessed it was a ya because it's a little squiggly. Yeah, I can see why you thought that. I can see why you thought that. So that's another type of ha. So repeat after me. Ta ha. Everyone at home, make sure you're repeating.
Ha.
Ta ha.
ha,
Okay? And we'll see more of that. Okay?
So in the Quran, the surah that has that name, is that how it's spelled?
It's not. That's a different. Hands and feet inside the train. But you're close. You're close. I'm glad you're thinking about it. All right? Okay, the next, actually before we get there, let's review our line. So Rehan, I'm going to have you review this row. So go ahead with the first word.
Okay, so ba, ka, ta.
Excellent. So we did the ba, we went with the first dot on the right. Next one.
Ta,
Excellent.
ha,
Very good.
ba, ka,
Excellent.
ya, ha,
Very good.
ka, ha.
Very good. Excellent. All right. Now we're going to go. So someone asked again, why is this ba? This is ba because we look at the first dot to the right. Okay, we start dots, we start from the right. Okay, we start the dots from the right. And then we move to the left.
But maybe they were thinking it was a jeem. And what would it look like if it was a jeem?
So if I don't want to get into the hypothetical right now because it might that'll kind of cross wires. So when we see it, then we'll worry about it. How's that sound? Is that okay? I know you're curious, right? But I want to make sure that we keep it simple and we stick to what's in front of us because that's the best way to do it. All right.